We invented what academics have always been looking for, which is a timekeeping machine, which is this rotating screen. So this rotates every minute. So you each have 2 minutes, which is 2 rotations of the screen, to sell the elevator speech of CASA to this captivated audience. Please go ahead.
All right, we got to wait for it to turn, and then we start the clock, right, to be fair. Also, I have to say, this morning I got to go, or this afternoon after lunch, I had to go after David Hirsh. And now I have to go after Deborah Lipstadt, and Erwin Kotler, and Dina Parat, 3 people I call my heroes, and I don't have that many heroes. Wow, somebody is out to get me, and I think for the first time it's not an anti-Semite, so it's kind of a new feeling for me. But earlier in the afternoon when we were introducing CASA, I mentioned a feeling, that I had this feeling when I landed, and I still have that feeling, and that feeling is growing, and it's weird for me to talk about feelings because I'm a quantitative social scientist, right? We don't do feelings, or we don't do them well. And I can see my advisors rolling their eyes at that statement, but I know where this comes from. I know where this feeling comes from. It comes from this space. It comes from everybody that's here with us today. Why? Because all of us are working on solutions. We're working on solutions to a problem that most people think, especially in our community, can't be solved. But we're here because we know that this can be a successful endeavor. This is why we're here. And that's the feeling. But what if we could be more efficient in our research? What if we had more resources to grow and scale our interventions? What if instead of fearing for our jobs because we engage in research on how to counter anti-Semitism, instead we were rewarded with greater publishing opportunities and professional placements? What if our Jewish legacy organizations were injected with hundreds of new scholars and experts, those that had specialized training in applied anti-Semitism research, like the students that I'm developing at Graz? What if one of the deciding factors for choosing my daughter's preschool, she's 3.5, wasn't the quality of its security plans, or whether or not the classrooms had bulletproof glass? Well, our opponents, who are not here in this room, deny our experiences, or at best, they call us hyperbolic. Everyone here in this space, they understand our reality and our mission. And CASA is the structure that makes our mission possible. Please join us, please attend, please engage with us, please help us innovate and create. This world can be an even better place to be Jewish, and it's because of everyone in this room. So thank you very much.
Well, people who know me will have predicted that I'm still not happy. Anti-Semitism, above all, is the humiliation of Jews. And I bet that everybody here, every single person here, every single colleague here, and every single scholar here has been humiliated in their university, in their department, in their union meeting, even in discussions about anti-Semitism. And I remember when I made an argument against the boycott, and I put a motion against the boycott, and my whole department filed in one after the other to the union meeting, and they never came to union meetings, and they voted us down unanimously, us, 5 of us. And then I went and asked, who organized that? Was that the SWP? Oh no, that was, and somebody listed the colleagues and said, oh, I wasn't supposed to tell you that. And that was 25 years ago when I was frozen out of my sociology department. Sociology, by the way, which was invented in order to give a structural account of inequality so that people wouldn't be attracted to anti-Semitic conspiracy fantasy. when I was denounced by the president of my students' union as a far-right white supremacist, and when my own union branch went and offered her 100% solidarity against the witch hunt that she had to endure after having said that. This conference is small. We can't even fill this room. Boyzone fills Wembley Stadium. And if there were conferences, Yanis Varoufakis would fill a room 10 times this size, easily, maybe 3 nights running. And we have so much work to do. We are one person in each institution, one person in each department. We are doing well, we are doing incredibly good work, but we have so much to do. We are running on a shoestring. Even the big Jewish institutions have proper budgets compared to the pennies that we have to work with. Yet, we do what we can do and what we need to do, which is to construct a community and a network of anti-Semitism scholarship, to construct the infrastructure that is required to sustain it and for it to grow. But we need to take word out there. We need to give strength to other scholars who know that what we're doing is right. And we need to withstand more humiliations when we go to meetings with our colleagues who talk about anti-Semitism and who tell us, well, there's no evidence that anti-Semitism has increased since the 7th of October. Or when they tell us all the other nonsenses that I can't even remember. So we have a lot to be proud of. The network that we are building is formidable, and it's a start, and it's the best that we can do at the moment. But we need to change the weather. And as you know, changing the weather is impossible. Well, maybe it's not quite changing the weather, but we need to change the way people think. First in the academy, first in scholarly thought, and then throughout society, we need to change the idea that Israel is like Nazi Germany and that the overwhelming majority of Jews who in one sense or another support Israel are like Nazis. Because that's how a significant number of people think about us, and in particular people who are close to us in our campuses, in our disciplines, who read our newspapers. Well, we don't really read them anymore, but we used to. There you go. I'm not happy. But we're doing good work. We're doing the best that we can. We need to go out and raise money. We need to raise people. We need to enthuse people. We need to enthuse young scholars. We need to mentor young scholars. We need to create places where young scholars can get jobs and make careers within the universities. Otherwise, we will have lost the universities. And that's not good, because if we cannot win these discussions on the level of discourse, then they will have to be won in other places where we are not so good at fighting. Anyway, we're doing all right.
So, thanks, David and Ayal. To conclude, first of all, just really two quick comments. One, I think we are. I'll move to Hebrew a bit. So we are gamadim al kitfei anakim. Like we heard. There really are forefathers also in this field: Irvin and Alvin and Dina and Deborah and others. And I know there was an initiative to create what is being created now. There was an initiative to create this. Few years ago, and we are actually building on that, and this is, we're taking forward also what our ancestors have brought to us to this moment and to the table. And the other Jewish proverb is lo aleinu al hamelacha ligmor. We know what we have to do. We don't have to look to the end of time to see where this will resolve or where this will end. We know our mission is cut for us. We know what we have to do. And we know that we need to do it now. So thanks everyone for joining us here. Enjoy the city of Haifa. See you tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. at the we regather for the conference. Thank you very much.